We are continuing our discussion on credit. So we left off talking about the information provided by the three different credit bureaus, and we discussed what's considered to be a good credit score compared to a not so good credit score. And we indicated that if you find any errors on your credit report those to the credit bureau for an investigation so those items can be taken off of your credit report. Okay? Now, how can I improve my credit score? That's a great question. Catch up on late payments and reduce your debt. So, again, it's important that you pay your bills on time, especially those that are reported to the credit bureaus. Review your household budget and cut back on unnecessary expenses. So we've talked time and time again about the importance of setting a budget so that you know ahead of time your cash inflows and your cash outflows. So if we can cut back on what I like to call those variable expenses, the ones such as for entertainment, food, things of that nature that we can kind of control, if you can cut back on some of those expenses, then you'll have more funds to pay off your different types of debt as well as to increase your savings. Destroy credit cards, but keep the accounts open. So what that means is that if you have a credit card with a limit of $5,000, pay off the credit card, then tear the credit card up so you can't use it, but keep the credit card open. Because when you have a credit card with a limit of $5,000, but that has a zero balance, that has a positive impact on your credit score. If you're unable to make a payment on time, call your creditors. They may work with you, and that would help them not to report those late payments if you all have already made some type of an arrangement. So yes, it is extremely important that you have and maintain a good credit score. So at least twice a year, if not more frequently, you should access your credit report to just take a look, see what's out there, to correct any errors, to identify deficiencies. So make sure that your report is accurate. Review the type of information provided by the lender. So make sure the information provided by your lenders is accurate information. See what kind of information lowers your credit score rating and try to eliminate those. So when you put your credit report, it will tell you what factors are impacting your score in a positive manner, what factors are impacting your score in a negative manner. So you want to put a credit report at least a minimum of twice a year for accuracy and review the information on your credit report. Okay? Now this particular illustration is showing the percentage of people that have different credit scores. Now, people say, well, I don't have any credit. But actually, did you know that not having any credit is worse than having bad credit? Because if you don't have any credit, then they don't know if they can trust you with credit. At least if you have bad credit, you do have some historical information that they can review and make that determination. Okay? So again, if all possible, you want your credit score to be a 700 and higher, because again, it does have an impact on the interest rate you're going to receive, or some people are denied credit because of their credit score. So your credit does have a huge impact. Did you know that if you're trying to get a job maybe in finance, that you could be denied employment because of your credit score? They won't tell you that, but a lot of companies, they do not want people working around money that have not shown the ability to manage their own debt. So keep that in mind. Yes, your credit score may hinder you from receiving an actual job. Okay? So if you want to know more about how to read the credit report, you can go to the ftc.gov website. and you can find more information about how to interpret and read a credit report. Credit Karma has a website that allows you to access your credit card. They'll monitor it. Now, it's supposed to be free. I'm not trying to do a commercial for Credit Karma, so do your own research. But they're one of the sources that you can look at to get a copy of your annual credit report. There's a website called annualcreditreport.com that does provide you with a free credit report that you can receive once a year. Okay? Now, once you have built up your credit, just as important is what's known as identity theft. Okay? Identity theft occurs when an individual, without permission, uses your identifying information for his or her personal gain. Goal may be to acquire money or goods or to establish a new identity for criminal purposes. It impacts about 15 million people each year, costing about $50 billion. As we have moved in the direction of more technology, you have to be very careful with your personal information because there are a lot of people out there that's trying to use your information to their advantage. Yes, I've been a victim of identity theft where someone used a credit card, or my credit card number, I should say, to make purchases before. So the cost of identity theft, personal cost, feeling a violation as insecurity, it can impact your ability to get a job, being accounted for a debt that's not even yours, and then being turned down for credit because someone has put a credit out there under your name that doesn't even belong to you. The average loss for credit from identity theft is about $1,500, time and money to repair the damage, and then a lot of hours spent dealing with damage control. Because once again, someone has used your name to obtain credit that you weren't even aware of. So it takes a lot of time to investigate, to see what happened, what's going on, and how to repair that. So we'll talk about how you can protect yourself and how identity theft occurs. Okay? Shoulder surfing. Tactic used when identity theft stand close to you in a public place and reads the number on your credit cards as you conduct business. So be cautious of when you're giving someone your credit card for any purpose. Be cautious of your surroundings. Dumpster diving. Tactic used when identity theft goes through your trash for discard information that reveals any of your personal information. That's why you're always recommend when you trash anything with your social, date of birth, your full name, that type of information, when at all possible, you want to tear that information up and you want to actually shred important documentations. I've been in a situation where I've had a lot of paperwork. I barbecued it. Yep. I put it right in the barbecue pit and set fire to it. So you want to protect your personal information to not become a victim of identity theft. Scheming, a tactic used when a store employee steals your credit card number by copying information contained in the magnetic strip of the card. So it's unfortunate that sometimes you can just go somewhere and use your credit card in a legitimate business and an employee may steal your information. Okay? Pretexting, tactic used when identity theft poses as an employee of a company which you conduct business to solicit your personal information. So be careful of who's contacting you, either by phone or by mail, and they're saying that, well, we need your credit card information to take care of this or that. Be very careful who you're providing information to with your credit card data. Make sure it is a reliable, trusted source. So I'll say this. People often pretend to be the IRS. The IRS is not going to call you about a past due tax bill. They will send you documentation via mail, often certified mail. But if someone claiming to be the IRS saying you need to give them a credit card to make a payment, do not fall for them. That is a scheme. Now, how can I protect myself from identity theft? Okay, so you want to try to shield your personal information as much as you can at home. Remove items containing social security number from your personal wallet. Document your account. So I have an Excel spreadsheet that I keep with every account that I have, the account numbers, the balances, etc. It is a password protected file. So if someone wants to steal my computer, they still can't access it unless they just really good at whatever, but it gives you protection. Buy a shredder and use it. So again, shred document rather than throwing documents away. Do not have your social security number print on your checks. Remove your name and address from phone directories. Install a locked mailbox if possible, or rent a P.O. box. So I have my own business, so most of my business documentation is sent to a P.O. box, which is secure in an actual post office, provides you with extra protection. Okay? Now, right now, shopping online is very popular, right? But you want to make sure that you're shopping online on a secured site. Often, if you have some type of antivirus software on your computer, it will alert you if you go onto a site that doesn't have the proper license or something of that nature. So be careful when you're shopping online, making sure you're shopping on a secure site. Okay. Again, phone calls seeking personal information. Be aware of that. Uh, Mail all bills with account information through the post service. Check your bank and credit card statement. Make sure that those charges on your statements are a charge you've actually made. Be careful using your handheld cell phones when ordering merchandise. So again, there's a lot of spyware installed on our cell phones. So just be cautious when you're using your cell phone to make purchases. Your delivery schedule. So beware delivery schedules. Just making sure that you don't have a product sent to your house, say, at the same time every week, because somebody may get suspicious of that. Um, Not having personal checks delivered to your home, that may be a little challenging if, for some who can't help that. But again, if you can get a P.O. box, it's better to have those type of items sent to a P.O. box rather than sent to your home mailbox. Okay? Protect your home computer from hackers. Again, I recommend you have some type of software installed against hackers, antivirus software. Have mailhead at the post office on vacation, because if someone happens to see that your mailbox is getting full, then they may decide to try and take your mail or go through it, because they're going to assume that you're not at home. Okay? Now, even when you're at work, your photo ID at work should not display your social security number. Again, most companies have changed that now, so you may have an employee ID number. Even your paycheck stub, health insurance card should not have your social security number on it. If these items do, check with your employer to have your social security number removed from those different types of work items. Okay? Now, you can purchase identity theft insurance just in case you become a victim. It could be part of your homeowner's insurance or your renter's insurance, or it could be a standalone policy. Okay? Now, if you are a victim of identity theft, take immediate action, maintain a record of all the phone calls. If need be, contact the police, the Federal Trade Commission, contact your credit reporting companies, and any creditors who may have been impacted. So you want to act as soon as possible if you have become a victim of identity theft. Here's a website with other tools that you all can download, take a look at pertaining to identity theft. Okay? So here are some phone numbers that you can also call different organizations that deal with identity theft protection. You can also contact the Federal Trade Commission. Here's their website address and their phone number that you can contact. You can also contact the different credit bureaus, so you can contact Equifax. Here's the information for Equifax. You can contact Experian. Here is their contact information. And you can also contact TransUnion. Okay? So if the identity theft involves your taxes, contact the IRS, or also you can contact the Social Administration Office or the U.S. State Department. Okay? That will conclude our Chapter 7 video lecture.